Right, so Spider-Man, Amazing Spider-Man. There's a new movie out right now that I won't be able to watch for a couple of days, but I want to talk about the Amazing Spider-Man comics at the moment, because they're in a weird place. In a very weird place. So, issue 76 or something or other, was the end of Nick Spencer's run and the beginning of this kind of hodgepodge team of like 5 different creators, like several artists, several writers. I feel like they've put this team of like the greatest hits of people that could write a solid Spider-Man story if they were working on their own, like coming together to make something that's just very, here you go, very average. In my opinion, it's just an average Spider-Man book. And the fact of the matter is, Ben Reilly just isn't as interesting as Peter Parker, and making Ben Reilly the star of the book and putting Peter Parker in a hospital bed is the worst decision you could ever make. Either have one issue be Ben Reilly and one issue be Peter Parker, or just have Ben Reilly and Peter Parker teaming up. You know, that's it's easy as that. Don't have Ben Reilly be the focal point and Peter Parker be, you know, not in his own book, because you did that before. When you did that before, people didn't like it, and now you're doing it now, and granted, it's a well-written story, and like stuff is happening that I'm interested in, but the fact that every book around this has to follow this, like in Devil's Reign, Spider-Man is Ben Reilly, not Peter Parker, so there's no emotional stakes there. In Death of Doctor Strange, it's Ben Reilly, it's not Peter Parker, so there's no emotional stakes there. The fact that all of the emotion is taken out of every other event that's going on in Marvel at the time is because this book has made the stupid decision of putting Peter Parker out of commission is really weird, in my opinion. I just don't understand. I don't understand the logic behind it. I especially don't understand why they've made Ben Reilly Spider-Man around the same time as Spider-Man No Way Home's coming out. So when people are going to be coming, and like you're going to get a certain amount of new readers. You're not going to get a massive amount of new readers because people don't like reading, but you're going to get some new readers from the new movie. You just think that the book coming out at the moment, you want it to have some kind of correlation with the movie that's going on. And when the character that is in the book isn't the character that they see on screen, it's very off-putting, to say the least. And people will not jump into Spider-Man with this because it's not Peter Parker. It's not the Spider-Man that they know. People that are coming off the back of the movies to this, they won't know who Ben Reilly even is. So to throw this at them, it's very weird. Very weird. The timing of this all is very weird. The stories themselves that are being told, or what the actual general story of this is, it's nothing we haven't seen before. It's a big corporation that, you know, has bought the rights to Spider-Man, but they want Ben Reilly because Ben Reilly is a tool that they can use, that they can mold into their own kind of like warrior, but they're still telling him that he's doing superhero work, but it's kind of obvious that that this corporation called Beyond is not all it seems. It's not great. There's a story with Morbius. There's a story with Craven. The story with Craven is fine. The story with Morbius is fine, you know, but it just feels very rushed. It feels very much like we can't give Ben Reilly an actual story arc because we don't know where the book is going. That's what I feel like reading this. And then you have those annoying 0.1 issues where it's nothing to do with the rest of the book. There is the whole subplot of trying to figure out what's wrong with Peter Parker. Essentially, how they get Peter Parker off the table is kind of lazy as well. It's a fight with the UFOs. And he gets poisoned by like X-ray and vapor, and it's like, what? Why is that what takes him out of commission? You'd think it would be one of Spider-Man's big villains that would put him into this state where he's in big fucking in a coma, you know. But no. Apparently it's a team of D-list Fantastic Four villains that put him into a coma. We have those 0.1 issues. One's about Misty Knight and Colleen Wing, and the other one's about Aunt May and Dr. Octopus. But yeah, it just feels very like all over the place, and there's not really much story going on at the moment. Like there is, but there isn't. It's not going anywhere. I feel like and the thing is, we get so many issues a month. We get like at least one issue of Amazing Spider-Man a week. At least one. It's either a mainline book or it's one of these point BEY issues. Outside of that, you know, I don't know. I don't have much good to say about Amazing Spider-Man. I was gushing about Nick Spencer's run. I was really excited about, you know, about about Last Remains and about, you know, everything that was going on with that run. But now to have a story which I'm just not that excited about. And it's happening so much and it's so frequent. And it's just like every week there's a new chapter to this fucking boring ass storyline that I just have no care about. I'm still reading Spider-Man because I know that there's going to be at least one issue where I'm like, oh, that's turned it around for me. I now enjoy this book again. And that's probably going to be when Peter Parker comes back. Peter Parker is back at the end of the latest issue. He just gets up. He just gets up and he's like, hey, I'm alright now. And yeah. The best thing about this is the redesigned suit. But there's a different artist on every single issue, so the suit never has like a consistent look from one artist. It will always look a little bit different in each issue because it's a different artist each issue, which really fucking annoys me. Because it's like when they come to put this suit in a video game, which they will eventually do, which artist's rendition are they going to put in? Because every other suit that's made its way into a video game has been drawn by one artist alone. And, you know, It's just annoying. It's just that there is so much stuff on a technical level, on a base comic book level, that annoys me about this book. And it's Spider-Man. It's your flagship title. It's what you have a really hyped movie about currently, and you're making it average. Spider-Man should never be average, and it says it in the name, amazing. It should always be amazing. It should always be your best book, and at the moment it's one of your worst. I don't know what to say. At the moment it's just one of the worst books coming out at Marvel, and that's not even because it's not even like it's pushing any kind of agendas or anything, or it's like bad writing. It just seems very all over the place, and like it's trying to put so many eggs in one basket, like both creators wise, story wise, everything, and it seems like the dumbest decisions are all being taken on this book. Like, who's gonna write it? Oh, fucking everyone that doesn't have a book at the moment. Who's gonna draw it? Anyone that wants to. Who's gonna be the main character? Oh yeah, Ben Reilly, the one that no one likes. Who's gonna be the villain? I don't fucking know. Everyone, you know. Here's a list of Spider-Man villains. You can use anyone you like, you know. Here's a list of Fantastic Four villains. You can use anyone you like in this Spider-Man book. I don't even know. But part of me still kind of is enjoying this book. I kind of like how much of a train wreck disaster it is. You know. But yeah, there's just too much going on. Too many cooks in the kitchen. I feel like if there was just one writer, if like there was just one solid writer throughout the entirety of this, even if it was the same storyline, even if it was Ben Reilly, Beyond Corporation, you know, all of that, Spider-Man, Peter Parker in a coma, even if it was still that, but with one consistent writer, I feel like this book would be so many times better than it actually is. It's just there's too many damn writers on this book. And too many damn artists. Just one writer and one artist to get you up to issue 100. Or to get you up to issue 900. Because that's why there's so much coming out. And that's why there's so many people working on this book. And that's why the book is so goddamn average. It's because they're trying to rush to issue 900. And I'm like, is it really that worth it? That you've got to sacrifice an entire book just to play a numbers game, just to get to this really satisfying number? When you do get to it eventually, it would be a better book in the long run. It would be a better book in the long run. If you were just like, right, we'll just let it get there naturally instead of forcing and trying to rush to this number that you think is great, but it's not even 1,000 yet. Like, I just don't get it. Well, anyways, hopefully you enjoyed this video. If you, let me know in the comments below what you're thinking of Amazing Spider-Man at the moment. Can I also say that we avoid spoilers for Spider-Man No Way Home? I haven't seen it yet. There's probably people watching this video that haven't seen it yet. Just not everyone has the ability to see it first day or even first week. So just have a bit of like, just, you know, just have a bit of respect for your fellow man that hasn't, and your fellow nerd that hasn't seen this movie. Because, you know, at the end of the day, it's just a movie. I know a lot of people are very excited, very hyped about it. But at the end of the day, it's just a movie. It's not worth pissing off the internet about, is it? Really. But anyways, I will see you in the next video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this one. If you did, leave a like. If you didn't, I don't care. You can't leave dislikes anymore. And yeah, leave in the comments below. Let me know what you think of Amazing Spider-Man at the moment, and let me know what your favourite Spider-Man story is, and let me know what your favourite alternate Spider-Man is, like your favourite Spider-Man that's not Peter Parker. Thankmas streams are still going on until December 24th over on Twitch, raising money for New Start. If you can come over to the streams, please do. I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.